Hello everyone, welcome to What a Bookish Woman. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my first book review. Today I'm starting my book review with the first book which has just conquered the world, and this book is from India. Yes, this book brings the stories from India. Yes, obviously it is written by an Indian author and translated because it was written in Kannada, a beautiful language from South India, Karnataka, and it is translated in English by another Indian. So let me present to you, here's the book, Heartlamp. This is the book which has just won Booker Prize for 2025. It's written by Banu Mushtaq and translated by Deepa Pashti. It's a women's fiction novel that explores the lives of Muslim women in and around Karnataka, Madikeri, Hassan, during the time of Bandaya Movement. Bandaya word means rebellious. So Banu Mushtaq and her stories projects and considered as Bandaya. So all those, at that time only male authors were writing stories about from their perspective, but because of the Bandaya movement, all the minority women and their lives and their suffering, they started telling stories in Kannada, and the stories started coming out. And Banu Mushtaq was one of the great authors. She consistently wrote and has been writing stories in Kannada language about the lives of the minority women and how are they making through the time. So this story follows the lives of various Muslim women before and around Bandaya movement, how they struggled, how to survive and navigate lives from childhood to adulthood and to further aging, especially once they got married. So before I get on with the book review, I would like to show you, this book is very small. You see, a small book and a very light book, but if you see the chapters here, they're very interesting. I mean, titles are just so interesting. Let me read it. Stone slabs for Shaista Mahal, fire rain, black cobras, a decision of the heart, a red lungi, Heartlamp, high-heeled shoe, soft whispers, a taste of heaven, the Shroud, the Arabic teacher, and Gobi Manchuri. Be a woman once, oh Lord. And the cherry on the cake is at the end, on page 209, is the translator's note. So when I read the second or third chapter, I was like, okay, this is my favorite chapter in the book. But as I continue reading further, I just couldn't decide which one is my favorite, because every next chapter is, you know, like a masterpiece in itself. So you just can't decide which one is your favorite, you know, like, yes, I will be standing for all of them. So I enjoyed this book's humor, sprinkled throughout, every short story balancing its opposite emotions, particularly on page 183 of the story, The Shroud, her sarcastic stance, like, Shazia had not shed this many tears when other people had died, not even her own father. Then again, on those occasions, there were innumerable people around to make her drink water, to wipe her tears away with cotton dipped in rose water, to soothe her back, to hug her to their chests and console her. Friends and relatives falling over each other to help. Just imagine the visuals. I also enjoyed the book's coloring the imagination of the reader so vividly that I felt like I was being pulled in that time and standing and watching the story unfold right in front of my eyes. I couldn't help but absorb it, smile with it, be in awe with it, got goosebumps, got scared and shocked with it. Particularly on page 40 of the chapter Fire Rain. The glass of water slipped and fell from the Muttawali Sahib's hand. Slowly, voices began to sound in his ears again. Anna, my share in the property, Anna. Please help this poor widow. My baap, give me a loan for my daughter's wedding. Hakdar tarse to angar ka no barse. I'm getting goosebumps again. Hakdar tarse to angar ka no barse. A rain of fire. Crows, black, grey, the rainbow within them. And on page 202 of chapter Be a Woman once, oh Lord. Amma fed me to my stomach's content. She blessed me with all her heart. She combed all the knots out and braided my hair as if threading all her loving kisses together. The string of jasmine she tied in my hair was like her, fragrant. Kanakambara flowers played hide and seek with the jasmine. Looking back at Amma every other second, I peeled my reluctant footsteps off the ground and walked behind him. He was not one to go back on his word. Shouldn't there be a limit to his arrogance? I did not open my braid out for 3 days after I went back to his house. I was scared of Amma's loving kisses slipping away. My heart was attached to her. His was attached to having the last word. I did not meet Amma after that. I also loved the colloquial verse in Hindi, Urdu as is, which was used in the story. Usually I read warm, happy stuff before bed. I'm sure some of you might be doing the same. But this book, I just couldn't stop because of the unpleasant turns and continue reading. I don't know if it is I became more receptive because this book has got a Booker Prize, or is it the writing style of the author and the translation of Deepa Bajti that has made me so receptive about this book that I didn't mind that the story was not a warm, happy kind of book. However, I felt that one of the chapter, Soft Whispers, has one incident mentioned was, I felt it was extremely shocking for my heart and too much for a bit sensitive heart to bear it, as it was too vivid for a day-to-day heart to take it. That detracted my overall experience. Otherwise, overall, I would recommend Heartlamp to fans of women's fiction or people who enjoy reading raw stories from real life of common women in a nutshell. Plus, I would also recommend this book to aspiring authors who are still thinking of taking their first step into fiction genre because of the fresh similes, metaphors, and imagination and hyperbole, imagination-kicking words from the author Banu Mushtaq and Deepa Bajti that will dip the reader in every single emotion fully, whether it is joy, shock, tears, humor, silence, goosebumps from real world as is. How the reader slipped from one scene to another so suddenly is a loud evidence of skillful narration. Lastly, I must mention I really loved how each chapter is light in length but heavy in weight. So I'm gonna give this book 5 on 5 stars. ऐसे थोड़ी इस book को Booker Prize मिला है. This come on, this book has got Booker Prize of 2025. So a lot of love to Banu Mushtaq ma'am and Deepa Bajti ma'am. Thank you for writing and thank you for bringing this book to the world. I can see through your beautiful soul, beautiful and warm soul as a woman, through this out of this world craft of yours, this book of yours, Heartlamp. And I've never felt a title so beautiful and so apt and so unique to think of it, read it, and cherish it. So thank you so much for this book. And if you have not read it, go ahead, grab your copy, and share which is your favorite chapter, and the quotations and the funny, humorous things, which character is your favorite. Till then, bye-bye, take care, see you in the next book review. Let's keep it bookish.